What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy podcast. Today it is episode number 74. We are one away from a pretty significant milestone, in my opinion. Everett, it's up for you to decide if you think that's important or not. But 75 to me,
yes,
that's
number Brian
3/4 of the
O'Neill
way
the
there to 100. 3/4 of the way there to triple digits. Triple digit episodes, Everett. We're on our way. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are, 75 later. Or 4. Fuck. All right, getting ahead of myself. Episode number 74. And it's so sad that college football is like bowl season begins. Well, by the time we upload it tomorrow, will be day one.
We got transfer portal as well.
But it's just this is sad as a college football fan. This is a sad time of the year. You know, our teams are both in good positions right now where we have exciting bowl games to look forward to. But there was a good chance I would be really pissed off right now if USC won. So like then again,
well, you say that, but
feel
also
for all of you people out there.
You do say that, but you were prepared to take on the Trojan.
Well, I also would have been Team USC for the playoff. Yeah. I mean, I was in a win-win no matter what. But you know, there are years where right now it's depressing and it's sad being a college football fan. So I feel for you Wisconsin fans out there. Like I'm sorry for calling you guys out. That was really uncalled for, but I feel for people where, you know, there's not much hype surrounding this bowl game. You know, next season, next off season, there's excitement there, but at least short term for this last month of college football, it's not that cool.
It's also like,
and I feel
if you're a team that has a new head coach like Luke Fickell, right? For Wisconsin.
Yeah, the next month or so, you don't really give a shit.
You really don't give a single shit about anything.
Couldn't care at all.
Couldn't care. Happened. Like, I'm just waiting for recruiting. Well, I guess it is recruiting, but I'm just waiting to see who we get on our team over the next like month, and then I'm just waiting for the next year.
Yeah, but I feel for you guys, but I have one comment about the World Cup because France and Morocco.
I do actually have something for college football.
Oh, okay. But before we dive into college football, I just have one quick World Cup comment. I don't actually have any thoughts on like the games themselves or like Ronaldo getting benched and shit.
I've not watched the last couple of games anyways.
I've just been keeping up with the bigger ones, but I just want to say it's really disappointing that we didn't get Brazil versus Argentina yesterday and France versus Portugal today. Instead, we got Croatia and Morocco. So, shame on the refs for match fixing, and fixing it for Messi, even though I'm a Messi guy. But
if it was Messi versus Ronaldo, though, in the finals,
it could have been that.
It could have been that.
Would have been the biggest World Cup final ever. Would have shattered every fucking record.
You would assume it being in Qatar, they probably should have. You would have thought they were gonna fix it to be that.
I thought they were gonna fix it for fucking Portugal, but no.
I guess not
even. Well, I honestly, I actually wasn't watching that game. I have no idea, but I would assume they were still fixing it for Portugal.
I have no idea.
Morocco's just that good. Morocco's fucking good.
Morocco's goalie was pretty fucking nice. Not gonna lie.
But you did watch the game.
No, my friends did, and then they told me because I was like, "How the fuck did Portugal lose?" And they were like, "Oh yeah."
I also just want to say, like, you're in a really prime time zone to watch these games at convenient times. Like for me, a lot of the games are starting at like 5 a.m., 7 a.m. You at least get a little 2-hour buffer time, like at least. But
to be fair, I'm normally like in classes.
Yeah, no, fair. But yeah, that's all I had in the World Cup. We're done with that fake football shit. Okay, college football.
Okay, actually, before we do college football, one other thing that I want to mention of unimportant sports.
You are cultured. You do watch soccer. I knew it.
The Giants side, Carlos Correa.
Oh yeah, that baseball's been
dead for
very
months.
Up and down. Like when these announcements are coming in, but yeah, Correa signed Bogarts to the Padres. I'm not sure if we went over that. The NL West is popping right now. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really
like it.
Dansby.
What now?
Like a lot of Dodger fans are like, Oh, okay. So that means we're getting Dansby and
No, it
Rodon.
doesn't.
Rodon, I'd love, but Dansby, nah, man. We're chilling, bro. We don't.
You don't want Dansby.
We're
We're good.
fine. I don't need to lock up 120 to Dansby Swanson. I'm good, dog. I'm good. But Rodon though, yeah, I'd give him a 2-year fucking 50. Like hell yeah, come brother. I want you. But that's about it. Out of remaining free agents, that's the only one that interests me.
It's just
Everyone else, we need some boys. We need some boys getting called up and playing some ball.
It sucks to know,
which I'm fine with, actually.
It sucks to know that the Giants now have probably one of, if not the best shortstop in the MLB.
I think they have the best shortstop, but I think Correa is the best shortstop.
But I would say if they were gonna have the best,
but then
shortstop,
again, my opinion doesn't mean shit.
If they were gonna have the best shortstop in the MLB, I couldn't have wanted them to sign Correa more, just because the fact now we already hate him. More reason to hate him. It's going to be a great rivalry for like the next 10, 13 years, whatever the hell is.
I'm going to be honest. The Giants still aren't in a position to make.
No, but it's just
Correa. But there's going to be seasons down the line where they do make the playoffs. So yes.
But it also is more so whenever they travel to
Giants, this is more of a long-term threat.
Yeah, no, it's more of a long-term threat, but it's also just more so, speaking of when Correa now travels to Dodger Stadium multiple times a year.
I actually think it's going to be his first game back since the World Series, because
no, he played in the Twins last year. They were here. They were in.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, yes. No. Yeah. I guess I just didn't remember that because it was on the Twins. It was kind of lost its luster.
It's going to be one of those. Correa's career is going to be one of those things where it's going to be like a trivia question one day, and it's going to be, where did Carlos Correa play after the Houston Astros? And everybody's going to be like, oh, the Giants.
No, Twins.
And they're just going to be like, he was in Minnesota?
Nope. Minnesota Twins. Actually the most random place.
The most random, unless it's going to be like the Royals, maybe. The Royals might be.
Yeah. But he went north. He absolutely fled the scene. He went as far away as possible from Houston.
He's still pretty north.
North.
He's still pretty north though in San Francisco, to be fair.
But yeah, no, he fled the scene. But yeah, no, baseball is gonna be nuts. I don't want to think about that much.
I'd like to see us get Rodon. That'd be nice to have Rodon at too.
That'd be very fun. I'm a big Rodon guy myself. Had him in baseball, fantasy baseball last year. I was a bit of a seam head myself. But yeah, okay. College football. There's no other way we can start us off without rest in peace, Mike Leach. Phenomenal college football innovator. He exemplified the everyday man that just happened to also be one of the greatest college football coaches in the game. He was just another guy. Iconic interviews, iconic moments. You'd ask him a question and it didn't matter what the topic was. He'd always have an answer. You could ask him about pizza. You could ask him about ice cream. You could ask him about the weather. You could ask him about his favorite type of weather, mud rain. You could ask him about anything and he'd give you an answer. And so, yeah, Mike Leach, college football, we lost not only a great coach, but a great character and figure.
The one thing that I'm most, well, obviously it's a very sad situation, but to get into the College Football Hall of Fame, you need to have won 60% of your games.
Got to lower that rule, boys.
Mike Leach's record, 59.4%.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on. Or no, it's 59.6%.
Also, I don't understand that rule to begin with. 60% to even be for consideration? Is that it?
Consideration.
That doesn't make sense. Why?
I honestly wouldn't be able to begin to tell you.
I don't know, but Mike Leach,
Mike
he's not a college football Hall of Famer. That's a man
I'm gonna say is
you'll see clips of him for the rest of your life. Still,
college football Hall of Fame. If it's really gonna be that nitty gritty to you, mathematically speaking, that does round up to 60%. So why don't we pull out those degrees and show our?
If you said 59.4, technically it doesn't.
59.6.
Oh, then yes, it does. But okay, yeah, you are correct. But I just want to say, in my opinion, being in the College Football Hall of Fame isn't necessarily about your success. Being a college football coach, a lot of it has to do with the people you impact. A majority of your players are not going to go on to the NFL and continue playing football or even being involved with football for the rest of their life. A majority of their players are going to go on and, just become normal, everyday people like the rest of us, maybe below average podcasters like Everett and myself, but they're just going to go on out in the world and be people in the workforce. But in my opinion,
College
Football Hall of Fame.
Did you say beat people in the workforce?
No, be people.
I was gonna say, like, damn, like they just go
no. Don't put that stain on the speech I was about to give, Everett. But okay, in my opinion, getting into the College Football Hall of Fame, a lot of it has to be what's the word, predicated on the people you influenced and impacted and how you changed their lives. So I have a quick little story about Mike Leach and one of his players that he impacted and helped on Everett. So apparently, or this isn't apparently, Mike Leach, he was the head football coach of Texas Tech from 2000 to 2009. Apparently in 2002, Mike Leach told one of his quarterbacks that he was likely never going to touch the field, never going to play a meaningful snap for him, but that he would like to hire him as an assistant coach. And of course, that quarterback was very pissed off that his coach just told him, like, hey, I'm probably never going to play you. His dreams were just crushed. Obviously, he's angry, he's pissed, storms out of the office, yada, yada, yada. But the next day comes back and accepts the job as an assistant head coach. That guy was Lincoln Riley. So Mike Leach, I guess a lot of people don't quite think of it on the immediate side when you think of Mike Leach and like all of his amazing interviews and stuff, but his coaching tree and the people under him and the people that he's put in positions to succeed right now is unreal. Lincoln Riley,
his coaching
Sonny
tree.
Dykes, like so many coaches.
Welker,
right?
Cliff Kingsbury, Lincoln
Cliff,
Riley.
He coached Cliff. Like there's so many people below him that he impacted and helped get to the positions where they are today. So yeah, if just the names that Mike Leach has impacted, that's not enough to get him in the College Football Hall of Fame, I don't know what is. Because to me, that seems like a man who's done enough to impact the sport to be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah.
I very much agree with that. The one other thing that I had on I'm talking to myself now.
Okay, we are back in business. What was that you said?
Yeah. The one other thing that I have on college football is, I don't know if you saw this report, but apparently Ohio State is getting outbidded on their NIL deals.
Oh yeah, this is the next thing I was about to get into.
$1 million.
I was about to get into NIL. I also wanted. Do you want to give your Fenway Bowl predictions before or after I get into NIL?
I'll do them after.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll talk NIL first. So Ohio State has a serious NIL problem. Needs to be addressed immediately, like today. Right now, it appears as if Ohio State is trying to take a moral high ground approach. They're trying to be on the right side, saying we're not going to violate any NCAA rules. We'll let the other teams do it. The only issue is there are no fucking rules right now, and no one's being punished. So Ohio State's goody two-shoe stance doesn't mean fucking jack shit, because there's 40 teams cheating right now, paying players up front. The NCAA is not going to punish every single SEC team, a majority of fucking like big spenders, ACC with Miami and shit. They're not just going to punish all 40 of them and like ban them from bowls. They're not going to do that. That'd be stupid. So the NCAA is not going to punish like 50 teams for cheating. So start fucking cheating, Ohio State. Why aren't we? What the fuck are we doing? There is no moral high ground. There's no, we're not breaking no rules. There are no rules. There's nothing to break.
You're talking about
paying them.
You're talking about breaking the rules and what I'm more Ohio.
There are no rules.
I distinctly remember before there were no rules, there were rules, and Ohio State was breaking said rules for a long period of time.
Okay, that is media fucking coming at you with a bunch of bullshit. Ohio State, they had some players. Well, by some players, I mean like Terrell Pryor, like some goats of mine growing up. Fucking like exchange their gold pants memorabilia for being Michigan. You get golden chains with gold pants signifying that's a whole different topic. But you get jewelry and they sold it for tattoos. Okay, that's what they did. So that was Ohio State's form of accepting money through tattoos. They accepted payments in exchange for shit. All right. That was what Ohio State did, right? So we should crucify them and fucking kill the program, right, Everett? Because that's the worst thing on earth.
Yeah, that's way worse than anything related to USC or any other program like Michigan giving out
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, the SMU death penalty people. Let's not forget what literally paid.
Oh yeah, I forgot that SMU was the people doing it first. I forgot.
People really forget they used to like be like nationally relevant. Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't remember. I wasn't alive when it happened.
I mean, I did forget that when we
with NIL right now is pretty much what I'm saying. There are no rules.
I did forget that SMU was relevant when we dropped 60 on their head on national television and embarrassed them this year.
Yeah, they have not returned since. But yeah, no one's going to be punished for this. This is a quote that I heard, Everett. So from Dave Biddle, Ohio State missed out on a 5-star recruit. Pretty sure Keon Keeley, who's a 5-star who just committed to Bama. Pretty sure that's who he was referring to. Ohio State missed out on a 5-star recruit because they could not pay him even half of what he was looking for. They didn't get him over $750K. Okay. All right.
If I'm a college student.
Okay. First things first, what I got to say, they couldn't even get him $750K. First things first. Okay. Ohio State is the most watched college football team in the country year in, year out, every single year, no matter fucking what. 9-3, 11-1, doesn't matter. They're the most watched team. Every single analytics database shows you that. So how is the most watched team in the country like fucking not even nationally relevant on the NIL scene? Like, I'm pretty sure they announced we got like $1.5 million total in our NIL collective total. What? These players want 1.5 million each, bro. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, now let me get into it. Let me get into the real problem here. So at Ohio State's NIL collective, they're called the Foundation, and they're ran by this guy, Brian Schottenstein, who's like one of the big boosters. The basketball stadium's named after him, the Shot. It's ran by him, and like Cardale Jones is one of the biggest figure, and a bunch of shit like that. Long story short, they're all doing a fucking god-awful job. Cardale Jones recently tweeted out saying something like, fake news, Ohio State isn't missing out on any players. Maybe these high school recruits are missing out on Ohio State and the brotherhood by only committing to schools for money. God fucking damn it, Cardale. You your fucking self said we ain't come here to play school. They ain't come here to play football. They came here to play contracts, Cardale. That's what they fucking came here for. Okay, Cardale, you're wrong. The goalpost has shifted. They ain't here to play football. That's a good clip. They're here to play money. And I literally thought of that off the dome. I'm actually
that's a good clip.
Myself.
That's a good
Cardale,
clip.
they came here to play money, okay? And we need to start fucking playing by that, okay? Because that's the number one thing right now.
I'm just surprised that the boosters aren't providing. I guess you can't really do it if you're a booster, right? Like that's the whole.
No, they can.
Oh, they can.
Yes.
If boosters should be putting a bit more.
Boosters can donate to that. Yes, they can directly fucking do it.
So that, I mean,
like they can.
I don't know what the fuck Cardale's doing over there. But clearly,
like,
clearly he did go to play football and not play school because he doesn't have enough schooling to understand what the fuck he's doing.
I'm just saying, Cardale said it himself. Damn, I am impressed with myself for coming up with that on the fly. But Cardale he did not come here to play school. He came here to play football. But now
Yeah,
that NIL is a thing, they came here to play money. They ain't come here to play football.
but
School
also
is so an afterthought right now. That's not even up for debate.
Cardale saying that he was only there to play football, not play school. The not playing school part of it's kind of fucking up shit right now, Cardale.
Yeah, it's really fucking up.
It's really fucking so
We really
shit
gotta
up,
think a little. Okay, I'm not gonna question Cardale's intelligence. He's a fucking god. Man slayed Bama by himself and ran over Landon Collins. He's a fucking god. But Cardale, let's remember at one point when people were attacking you. Now I want you to look in the mirror, do the same thing, and think, hey, maybe I'm attacking these players the same way that people were attacking me. Let's do a little bit of inner reflection here, Cardale. Because I believe in you. I fucking love you, Cardale. 2014, I'll never forget it. But come on, man. Let's get this shit done. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna have more to say, but fuck it. That's a great way to end it for me. What else you got?
That sounds good to me. Right the NFL. For anybody listening or watching right now, we said this in the last episode, but it is in the middle of our finals week or my finals week. And I've got to study some shit, so we're trying to make it a shorter episode anyways.
Well, with that being said, Everett, Fenway Bowl, Cincinnati versus Louisville in Fenway, both on the same sideline. Everett, what are your predictions? Louisville is officially a 1.5 point favorite for this matchup. Everett, what do you think?
Give me Cincinnati.
Okay, I will personally be calling the game, so I will not be giving a pick out because we got to keep my neutral opinion when I'm calling the game.
Okay, yeah. What channel are you calling the game on?
MSNBC. Yeah, they gave us the big boy network.
You didn't get the contract from TikTok?
Nope. Didn't quite get that one yet, but yeah, I like that you guys heard that here first. Cincinnati will be picking up a win. Go Bearcats. All right, on to the NFL. Everett, what was your record last week? I went 9-4. I was actually very impressed with myself. I didn't think I was doing that well.
Yeah, I didn't do that well.
What do you go?
6-7.
Yikes.
It was a rough. It's the first time I've been below 500 since week 3.
Yeah. Okay. So you will be announcing the picks this week. First things first, I want to say before you announce the picks, though, there are no more bye weeks. Every single team will be playing. Also
means every point now we have added games, added things we're going to disagree on. There's a stronger likelihood that one of us either comes back or the other one grows their lead bigger by the end of the season.
Yeah, the pick numbers can be a little interesting now. A lot more games to pick. A lot more games to go over. Okay, Everett. Why don't you go over the games right now?
This week, week 15 in the NFL. We have 49ers, Seahawks, Colts, Vikings, Ravens, Browns, Dolphins, Bills, Eagles, Bears, Falcons, Saints, Lions, Jets, Steelers, Panthers, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chiefs, Texans, Cardinals, Broncos, Patriots, Raiders, Titans, Chargers, Bengals, Bucks, Giants, Commanders, and Rams at Packers. Interesting to note, by the way, that we have Saturday games this week. I believe there are 3 Saturday games, including my own Minnesota Vikings.
All different times throughout the day, too. Spread them out, people. Spread them out.
So I will give my winners, and then you'll give yours, and then I have reasoning behind certain picks if we disagree. I'll share that either way. But 49ers, Vikings, Browns, Bills, Eagles, Saints, Lions, Panthers, Cowboys, Chiefs, Broncos, Patriots, Chargers, Bengals, Commies, Packers.
So just quickly looking at this, we got a lot of similars here, but okay, here are mine. Niners, Vikings, Browns, Bills, Eagles, Saints, Lions, Steelers, Cowboys, Chiefs, Broncos, Pats, Chargers, Bengals, Commies Packers. Part of me wants to switch to Raiders. That's my what the fuck game of the week. Patriots Raiders.
I do
I
that.
don't know what the fuck is gonna
That
happen.
was my first what the fuck game, but then I realized that the actual what the fuck game this week is the Cardinals and Broncos. And the reason why that is because Kyler Murray is gone, torn ACL. I think
that might no, that does not.
I think
benefit
Russell
them.
Wilson might also be out. So we might be having 2 backup quarterbacks starting that game.
In that case, give me the Broncos defense to win that game. So yeah,
Yes.
Broncos.
But yeah, so the only difference that we had, I believe, was I had the Panthers and you had the Steelers. I think we agreed on every single other pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When I looked at these picks, I was also considering going the way of the Falcons for a Desmond Ridder debut. But I decided to go Saints at home. Falcons are 1-5 on the road this year, and I mean a lot of the times I like to buy into the storylines and stuff, but Desmond Ridder's not a storyline I want to buy into. So
at least not now.
That's not a vibe pick.
Smith.
That is not a vibe pick.
No, it is
like
not.
Andy Dalton out vibes Desmond Ridder. That's how low the Ridder vibes are.
You know what is a vibe pick though? The Lions.
So yeah, this is a vibe pick. This was also kind of like an emotional pick for me.
Unfortunately,
just for my Chargers playoff standings, I'm on team fuck the Jets, also on team fuck the Patriots, but I hate the Raiders more, so I'll even ruin my playoff spots for.
Let me explain a couple things. Let me explain a couple things, and then we can before we get to the Vikings and Chargers game. There are, I believe, 3 or 4 games specifically I want to look at for reasonings specifics. First thing is Dolphins and Bills. It's the night game on Sunday night. It is supposed to be 20 degrees in Buffalo and snowing when that game begins. There's going to be a very big snowstorm coming through in Buffalo when that game starts. So we could have a lot of weather. Also to note, the Dolphins played the Chargers last week, right? The Dolphins had heat, like bench warmers on their sideline. And
yeah, not a good look.
In an indoor stadium, when it's 55 degrees outside, it's going to be 35 degrees colder and snowy in this game. Give me Buffalo any day of the week when that's the situation. The only player on the Dolphins that might have any experience in playing in cold weather like that is Tyreek Hill.
I also just want to say this might be a little bit of a concern, but the Chargers might have put out some solid tape on how to stop the Dolphins. If you just press them on the line, they're a bunch of bitches. Yeah. So they kind of showed the recipe for, like, Chargers showed the recipe for success. That's not a good sign for the Dolphins. That's
not ideal. No. Although they have to get the running back, that'll be better. The other thing that I wanted to look at, one, obviously Desmond Ridder's first game for the Falcons Saints. So look at that interdivision game as well. We're going to look at the Patriots and Raiders. It's in Las Vegas. However, this is Bill Belichick versus Josh McDaniels. This is Bill Belichick versus his former protege.
Oh, I actually didn't even quite think of that revenge game aspect.
Bill has a extremely good record versus former coaches from his staff, so players like coaches from his coaching tree. Yeah. Just an interesting note. Also, Josh McDaniels just sucks as a head coach, so I think that Bill's going to be all over that one. Also, other interesting game.
Raiders have been little streaky recently. I know they choked last week, but
what else is new?
They beat my fucking team the other week. All right, this
always
comes back to the Chargers sucking dick. Keep going.
The other game that I really wanted to go over, Giants and Commanders. Specifically, the Commanders played the Giants 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They tied that game. They looked dominant in the first bit, kind of let the Giants come back and tied it. Then they had a bye week last week, and now they're playing the Giants again. So technically, they've had 3 weeks of prep to play the Giants. Just for the Giants. If they can't win this game,
that's a bad sign.
Riverboat Ron's on his way out.
We were both on Commanders for this pick. I literally thought to myself, I didn't quite put together it's 3 weeks of prep, but I thought, like, wait, shit, they played the Giants and they're going on bye week playing the Giants. Like, this second matchup should be heavily in favor of
Also,
left hand up.
technically, it's not. You know how it's hard to beat a team twice. They didn't beat the Giants the first time because they tied. So I mean, all bets are off.
Yeah, no, literally throw everything out the window. But you got to take into account 3 weeks of prep.
Also,
for
Chase
the Giants
Young will be back.
Oh, damn, my baby boy's back on the field too.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Sweat. I mean, like on paper, their pass rush is fucking terrifying. Kane, Jonathan Allen, Sweat, and Chase Young. Like that's hilarious. I think Ioannidis is gone, but if he's still there too, holy fuck, that is 5. It's absurd. It's absurd. But left hand up, who are we, the Commanders? I'm also just I'm just really rooting for, like, let's get as many NFC Beast teams as possible. Also for your sake, like, you want to face the Commanders a week, like, first round of the play. You know,
well, I
like,
want to face the Giants in the first round of the playoffs because right now that's who we are facing at that 7th.
But I'm rooting for Beast teams first for my entertainment, but second also for your enjoyment and your success in the playoffs. But we want Giants in. We want Commanders in. But okay, Everett, the game we disagreed on, Steelers Panthers. Let's go over that real quickly. My pick was predicated on historical vibes. Okay. It just crept in the back of my head. I also picked the Steelers last week. I'm kind of just riding with them. I don't know why. It's probably a bad idea. But Mike Tomlin has never, well, this is probably going to be Mike Tomlin's first season finishing below 500, but I don't think it's going to be like a 6-11. Okay. I think he's going to go out swinging and it's going to be like 7-10, 8-9. Okay. I don't think it's going to be egregiously sub 500. And so when it comes to these games where it's really shitty teams, I'm going to pick the Steelers.
I think that we're looking between these two teams. You look at what they did last week, what the Panthers did last week, upset win with Sam Darnold coming back. I think there's new vibes in the building. I think Sam Darnold being there, they played extremely well as of lately with him.
So you're going for the Darnold vibes. I'm going for the Tomlin vibes.
It's also in Carolina. So
I'm not sure how much of a vibe factor that played in my vibe calculator, though.
I'm just saying it makes a difference between Carolina and playing in Pittsburgh.
I just feel like the Steelers can always bring vibes wherever they go.
Oh no, I'm not doubting that, but I'm saying, would you, if you're the Panthers, if you're the Panthers, would you rather be playing in Pittsburgh? Would you rather be playing
100% at home?
Okay,
100%, 100%.
But I mean, the Panthers upset the Seahawks in Seattle last week, which I'd say is pretty impressive considering nobody thought that was going to be a possibility.
Maybe a look ahead spot for Seattle though.
Could be
because they got the Niners this week.
But I do think though that Seattle and the Steelers don't necessarily play not super similarly, but
we both picked Niners. Watch the Seahawks win. Watch it fucking happen.
Like Kenny Pickett's it's been way too long since he's thrown an interception.
Oh yeah, dude, we can't be picking Niners at Seahawks in Seattle. Fuck. I mean, we can't change it now.
You can.
I mean, no, we can't.
I'm still taking Big Cock Brock. I'm still keeping Big Cock Brock. So, I just think the Panthers are going to win. I think they're
fuck it. You're going to let me switch?
You want to switch? Switch.
All right. I'm on Seattle.
I'm keeping Big Cock Brock.
I'm on Seattle. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Put me on Seattle. Okay. Now we could dive into that if you want.
I just don't really think that there's much to talk about. Your whole
argument. No, I'm literally just going off like, dude, Seattle, like San Fran going up to Seattle, bro. Yeah, no, give me the Seahawks. I know that rivalry like the back of my cock. All right, yeah, give me Seattle.
Well, you know who else? Big Cock Brock's gonna be there. So
yeah, but he don't know. But Geno Smith's is a lot of vibes. Pete Carroll vibes. Give me a meaningful NFC West game between the Niners, Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
You tell me Brock Purdy doesn't give you vibes?
France just scored again, up 2-0. That's it. It's going to be France versus Argentina World Cup final. You heard it here first on the Waterboy podcast, and Messi's going to win his World Cup. So
this is live for us, but tomorrow it'll be probably breaking, I don't know, 24 hours late.
Yeah, a little late, but okay. Let's talk Vikings, Chargers now.
You can go first.
Okay,
I got some extra stuff.
Okay, Titans at Chargers, coming off such a massively important win last week. If we don't win that, and we're 6-7 right now, it is not looking great for the playoff hopes. But 7-6, Everett. There's something about 7-6, Everett. There's something about it, with the chance to go 8-6 against a tough Tennessee Titans team this Sunday at home in SoFi. I know Bolt Nation, Bolt Army is going to be out there. All right. Okay. This is pretty much what I'm thinking. All right. Down the stretch, 3-1, and we're in. This is our toughest game upcoming. And I think a lot of people on paper are going to be like, oh, toughest game upcoming, probably going to lose this. No, I've been saying it all year. The better the team we face, the better we play. Okay. I am more concerned about the Broncos than the Titans when it comes to how my Bolts prep and prepare on a week-to-week basis. I feel more confident against the Titans than the fucking Broncos or the Raiders, okay? That's how weird this team is. So the better the competition, the better we play. I like us a lot here, but then again, I'm pretty bad at my predictions. Like usually when I say, I don't like us here, but I still have to pick them, they win. And then when I say, I like us here, we're going to win, they lose. So take that for what it's worth. I have a pretty bad read on my team this year. But yeah, Bolts.
I mean, yeah, as a lifelong fan.
Lifelong.
We'll just say this is your first
My first word was LaDainian Tomlinson. My first word.
As a lifelong Chargers fan, you've only ever seen them in person until this year. So this is the first year you're watching them on TV. You know, could be a difference.
Yeah, no. It's definitely throwing off my vibes. I've literally before the season, I've attended every single Los Angeles Charger game in person.
He was actually born in Charger Stadium in San Diego.
Literally. That it explains why my first words were actually Junior Seau, not LaDainian Tomlinson. I keep getting those mixed up.
You never know.
It's just a really weird thing. It changes on a week-to-week basis what my first words were. But yeah, Chargers big. That's all I gotta say. We play better against better teams. I don't know.
I also will say though, I almost took the Titans here because they kind of got stomped out last week.
No, that definitely.
That kind of scares me.
Vrabel doesn't lose B2Bs, so
kind of scares me. But I also think that the Chargers kind of have been showing some stuff. We'll see. I mean, Brandon Staley.
The offense is just looking better with Keenan and Mike Williams healthy. It is. You know, that helps a lot.
I just know that Brandon Staley is gonna fuck around and find himself.
He's gonna fuck around and find out. Okay,
find out, and
hopefully it's not this week. Hopefully it's next week.
He's gonna put himself in a situation where the Chargers end up holding him for next year, and then fucks the whole team up because they can't get Sean Payton.
Potentially speaking. Okay, Everett. Saturday morning, early game. Well, noon for you, 10 a.m. for me. Colts at Vikings. Colts coming off a bye. Is that any concern for you? No problem. So you got the Colts this week. I get the Colts next week. I'm rooting for you to tear. Actually, we don't root for injuries. I was about to say something awful. I'm rooting for you to break the mental of Jeff Saturday and reduce him to a walnut. That's what I am rooting for. That's fine to root for.
Playing Jeff Saturday on Saturday is going to be interesting.
Yeah, people really
Saturday squared
that aspect.
Yeah, so I mean, shit. If there's anybody that I don't want to play on a Saturday, it's a dude.
It is Jeff Saturday. Yeah,
fuck.
We got to look back at the records. Jeff Saturday,
on Saturday.
Yeah, as a player.
That's going to require some like deep dive. I don't think we're going to get that on like StatMuse.
No. I mean, keep going. I'm going to try to find it, but keep going.
All right. You're welcome to. So there's a couple of things that go into this game. Obviously, last week we got fucking embarrassed in Detroit. So, and embarrassed, I mean, our defense physically imploded worse than I have ever seen in my entire life. And Kirk and Justin looked phenomenal, and
nope,
having
couldn't
more
find the stat. Nope. Yeah.
Having more of that this week hopefully we'll have more of that, but focus on the run game. Focus on fixing the run game. If the run game doesn't work, stop fucking using the run game.
Damn right.
Unlike last week, because apparently when you have 0.4 yards per carry, the only thing that you want to do is run for negative yards.
No, I agree. When the Chargers say, let's just pass every down, it works
so much better. It works.
It works a lot.
I understand you need the run to set up the pass, run to set up
No, but when it's the fourth quarter,
but when it's
tried it, and now we're fucking done with it, we're done with it. All right.
I don't care.
We're done with it. We're done.
Also, like if Justin Jefferson,
right, we're done with
technically Justin Jefferson should have had 255 yards, but the refs are fucking blind. If Justin Jefferson is having that kind of game, why the fuck are we not giving it to him every fucking play? He clearly is dismantling the entire secondary. Like I don't understand why he's not getting targeted every play.
Yeah, so, no, in my opinion, you got to put the ball in your star's hands. So for me, I don't understand what's going on there. I'm not even sure if that was the point you're trying to make. I just want to show off the Bosa jersey.
Okay.
But okay, Everett. Colts.
So, anyways, okay.
On the stretch, defense has like really been the fucking.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that. So,
the stain on this stretch
of this,
you could say
it's more than a stain. It's more than a stain.
Damper on the 10-3 record so far.
Yeah, you could say that. It's like the shit stain on the Vikings team right now. So basically, the Vikings have the 32nd ranked passing defense in the NFL right now. Which, by the way, there are only 32 teams in the NFL, so there's only 32 teams in the NFL. So being the 32nd ranked is dead last.
Should you guys consider moving out of a dome to make it harder for opponents to pass? Can we get a retractable roof? Like
no. You forget we play in Minnesota.
No, I know. It definitely slow down other teams' passing games.
Slow down ours too. So the big thing also it's really hard.
I do trust
it's harder.
You guys
it's harder.
To pick
it's
it
harder
up
for
in bad
weather.
But
it's also having an indoor stadium in cold weather.
I'm kidding. I'm joking right now, but
but a big thing is today. Today is December 14th. Ed Donatel, our defensive coordinator, had a press.
I don't know what that means. Go on.
He had a press conference today. And in this press conference, people were asking him, like, okay, like, what are you going to do to fix the defense? Like, why is the defense not working? Why are you running this play? Why are you running that play? Like, what are you going to do? The entire press conference, he was the most defensive I have ever seen a person. He didn't take blame for any of the play calling, didn't take blame for any of it not working. He was like, yeah, I feel like the execution's been bad. We could probably play a little bit more press, like up close rather than playing 10 yards off. Like people asked about Daniil Hunter in the situation. He was like, yeah, I feel like he's still getting acclimated to the system. He's getting better every week. And then people were like, okay, so what are we going to do to change? He's like, well, you set up a plan in April in the preseason, and normally that's what you have to keep with the entire year. So we're still going to keep with that plan from April. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you made a plan last fucking April. It is now December, and clearly that plan hasn't fucking worked. So what the fuck are we doing? Like, your best fucking defensive player, Daniil Hunter, your best edge rusher, you're saying is still acclimating to your system. He's been in this league for 7 years. If he's your best player, you're going to play him whatever fucking works for him. He shouldn't be acclimating your system 15 weeks into the goddamn year.
Yeah, also, that's not a recipe for success. No.
Grow some fucking balls and take the blame for it not working. Yes, it's on execution, but your dumbass can be making some better plays. I understand now why there's been no fucking adjustments at halftime, because his dumbass said there shouldn't be adjustments the entire year. You should keep whatever your preseason plan was. Who the fuck comes up with that idea?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. That sounds like a dose of the Kerry Coombs medicine that Ohio State was drinking, which led to a I think the third least athletic linebacker in the history of scouting, Tuff Borland, guarding Heisman winner Devontae Smith in the national championship. So you should certainly make adjustments throughout the year, or else bad things happen on national television for the world to watch. So yeah, add Dontel for prison. I think we could firmly say that now. For prison. For prison. Yeah, that's going to be the second video this week titled "Ed Donatel for Prison," and I have zero shame doing it.
Part 2.
Absolute zero shame doing it. I'm going to do that again. Ever, is there anything else you want to talk about on Vikings, Colts, anything? Just a quick comment I want to say about our overall records. I am now 122 and 86 on the season. You are now 116 and 92, giving me a solid 6-game lead over you. So Everett, yeah, I have zero shame switching to the Seahawks pick. At best, you cut that lead to 4 games. At worst, I extend that lead to 8 games. So Everett,
every little point counts.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, there's only 4 more weeks of NFL football regular season.
We might have to do this. We might have to do this for the next 3 weeks. It might have to be draft style, where each of us gets a game and we get to pick who we think wins, and it goes alternative.
I feel like we could add that as a secondary segment as well, but we can't change the original one now. We're so far deep in just from the picks.
Okay, why don't we do this?
It could be a secondary thing.
We can do this. We have our picks. Then you can pick 3 teams to double points on.
I feel like I brought this idea up a couple of weeks ago, and you said we can't change it. We were already sticking to something.
No, I said. Remember, I said that if we were talking about ties, we were talking about ties a couple of weeks ago.
I feel like this will also fuck it up, though. I feel like we could.
You just brought up the idea of what we're gonna do
I feel like we can make it a separate thing, but we can't screw with just the normal pick records right now. We can make a separate thing to make it more fun.
You just asked, what are we gonna do? I'm just giving you the answer in which you were asking the question.
But I thought you wanted to say now let's change the original just pick shit.
I'm not gonna change
I don't think we can do. I think we're so far deep in. I might want to do this for the rest of my life now. I've had so much fun picking every game this year. There's gonna be a year where I go like 18%, and it's just awful. I'm like, wow,
it's just terrible. You're like, I'm terrible.
There's gonna be seasons where it happens, but that's what I'm looking forward to. But Everett, do you need to get back to like solving how like the Earth like rotates and shit, or whatever the fuck you're studying?
I do have to study about how fluids run through tubes. So
yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to hear about that. But yeah, I think that'll do it. Everett, why don't you wrap us out then? I don't want to hear about your fluids and your tubes.
Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can check us out at Waterboy Pod on TikTok, Twitter, and on YouTube. Make sure to tell us, share the Waterboy love with all your friends, family members these holidays. Make sure to tell your housemates, your schoolmates, your flight attendants, and most of all, your grandparents.
JBL on the plane and play us out loud.
Yeah.
Play us out loud.
But with that, make sure that
you personally shout us out at Waterboy Pod. You yourself. Bring a microphone.
Just get a tattoo right here. Just get our QR code tattooed right. Actually, let's do it.
Just tattoo Waterboy Pod on your face, on your forehead.
You can do it
directly straight across.
You can do it like a blackout for like eye tape for football games. Write us on your eye tape for football games.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Shay and Quan. We're looking at you too.
But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Waterboy's out.